Oh, we're on. Hi there, we're on. We're back. Okay. Today we are looking at solving proportion equations. How do you solve an equation that is a proportion? Just as a reminder, remember proportions all have this form where you have what looks like one fraction equaling another, and I suppose you could say it that way. We say we have two ratios. The two ratios, if the ratios are equivalent, we can say that they're proportional. An example of this that should seem common is that 1/2 is equal to 2/4, because we know 1/2 is equal to 2/4. Another way to consider this is to consider two rectangles. So here's two rectangles. I'll call this rectangle A and I'll call this rectangle B. A has a width of 1 and a length of 2. B has a width of 2 and a length of 4. And when we compare the ratio of the widths to the lengths in both rectangles. So for A's width is 1 and its length is 2. When we compare that to B's width is 2 and its length is 4. We see that these are two equivalent because we could reduce this 2/4 to 1/2. We can make 1/2 an equivalent to 2/4. We're not saying that the rectangles are identical. What we're saying is the ratio of the width to the length is the same. And it would work the other direction too. The ratio of the length to the width, this would be 2 divided by 1, which is 2. This would be 4 divided by 2, which is 2. So it works both ways. If I switched around and said the length to the width, for A, it would be 2 over 1. B would be 4 over 2. Either way, this would equal 2, this would equal 2. So let's look at some equations and how to solve them. So these problems are meant to support workbook page 175. What I have here is two proportions. Actually, it's the same proportion. I'm going to do them two different ways. When the numbers are easier, I should say, sometimes we could, with just mental math, we could see how things might be connected. For example, I know that I'm looking for a value for C such that whatever it is, this fraction will be equal to this fraction, or this ratio will be equal to this ratio. Well, how would I go from 7 to get to 56? Well, if I multiply this by 8, 7 times 8 is 56. Well, when I make equivalent fractions, whatever I do at the top, I also have to do the bottom. I don't know what this is, but if I'm going the other way and I divide this by 8, 48 divided by 8 would be 6. So that's suggesting that C should equal 6. And let's do a little check just to see that what I've done is accurate. So I'm asking the question now, is 57 over 6 the same thing as 56 over 48? I'm going to check this by reducing this larger fraction. So 56 over 48, I'll factor this thing, or tell you what, let's divide top and bottom by 8. So if I divide the top by 8, and I divide the bottom by 8, I get 56 divided by 8 is 7. 48 divided by 8 is 6. So sure enough, 7, 6 equals 7, 6. So I know that this C equals 6 is the right solution here. So that's using mental math. The other way that everyone needs to get comfortable with is using the cross product. Remember, the cross product is simply multiplying the denominator of one fraction times the numerator of the other and set it equal to the product of the other denominator and numerator. So I have 56 times C, that's 56C, is equal to 7 times 48. Now I'm not going to bother multiplying this out because that number's too big, and I'm hopefully going to be able to reduce it without multiplying. But here I have an equation, and I've seen many equations like this before. What's happening to the variable? Well, I'm multiplying it by 56. What undoes multiplying a variable by 56? Dividing by 56 to both sides. So I'm going to divide this side by 56 Then I'm also going to divide this side by 56. And remember, whatever I do to one side, I must also do to the other. Okay, 56 divided by 56 is 1, and 1 times c is c. Well, that isolated that nicely. On the other side here, again, I don't want to multiply this out, but is it possible for me to cancel any parts? Well, it'll be easier if I break this apart, that is, I factor it. So I'm at 7. Now 48, what is 48? I can write 48 as 6 times 8. So 6 times 8 is 48. So I'm swapping out 48 with 6 times 8 because 6 times 8 is 48. So I'll tell you what, let me write this. 6 times 8 equals 48. So where there was once 48, there's now 6 times 8. 56 is the same thing as 7 times 8. 7 times 8, right? So 7 times 8 equals 56. So wherever there was a 56, I'm going to replace it with 7 times 8. And oh, happy day, look at this. Everything's being multiplied top and bottom. And so that means there's things I can cancel. Well, how nice is that? The 8's cancel and the 7's cancel. And the only thing I'm left with is the 6. There's my solution. C equals 6. Same thing I got over here. I hope this helps. You guys have a nice day.